Welcome to the first episode of my podcast, Thoughts of She. I want to thank everyone who has been following along on my journey with my blog, Motivational She, that I would share weekly on my social media platform for a while now. In this new year, God has reminded me it's only a new year if something changes. So He is challenging me forward. Now I'm moving to podcast form of sharing the same thoughts, same God-inspired thoughts that are intended for His children, things He wants us to be aware of, to think about, to move us towards a healthy relationship with ourselves, with others, and with Him. For all of those that are new, and this is your first time ever crossing my path, welcome. Thank you so much for giving me this time with you. I hope that what I'm sharing is something that is uplifting and inspiring and motivating for you as well as you are on your journey with God. If so, please share so that others can be inspired and get the same benefit that you're getting from hearing as well. So I say Happy New Year, but that's with the understanding it's only a new year if something changes. What do you need to release today? The thought that I'm going to speak around is it's not hot enough. It's not hot enough. So what does that mean? So I love colder weather. I'm a sweaters, boots, curl up on the couch with hot cocoa kind of person. So as I'm sitting there though, thinking about that moment, what makes that moment special for me is the hot cocoa. But the hot cocoa has to be the right temperature. I've made the mistake of not warming it enough and sitting down anticipating this delicious hot cocoa only to encounter something lukewarm and very unpleasant in my mouth. So what it reminded me of was pretty much how we navigate life. We have a choice of being all in and being hot, or being all out and being cold, or being somewhere in the middle. And that's the lukewarm space that is usually unappealing to most people. People can handle a cold bath, a hot bath, a lukewarm bath. I don't know. I mean, there may be people who enjoy that, but I'm not one of them. Again, I'm looking for it to be a certain temperature. So we can look at it in our natural, but this also parallels to our spiritual. How we live our life reflects the temperature of our commitment to God. It's the most impactful to bring love, light, and hope to the world around us when it's hot. We live lukewarm when we know what God said, but we choose to ignore it or modify it to how we want to live instead. The tricky part about this is we all do it. I only know about the lukewarm space because I was in it. Unknowingly, there are some who voluntarily choose to live this compromising lukewarm life, but a lot of times it's subconscious because we may not have good examples around us of how to live hot. A lot of what we see around us is lukewarm. And we grow up with lukewarm being praised as acceptable, as good enough. But the results or the fruit that you see in the lives of people who choose to live this lukewarm life is very unimpressive. Even if they manage to be successful financially, socially, there's usually a struggle in other areas. Relationally, they may not have peace. they're very unpleasant to be around because they're not kind. They speak harshly to people. They don't value people. Some area of your life is going to suffer when you live lukewarm, because it means you have not given God permission to remodel some area of your life. Maybe you have given him permission to remodel your body by changing your diet, but you haven't given him access to your relationships, meaning you don't ask him about who you should talk to, if you should talk to them, how long you should talk to them, what you should be talking about. When you give God permission to filter your world, that area gets healthier. And as it gets healthier, it gets hot. It becomes something that people are drawn to. It gets their attention. It's something that they enjoy being around, being a part of when it's hot. So what is your temperature? What is the temperature that you choose to live on with God? It's a process, and it takes time to heat up my hot cocoa. So in the same way, our relationship with God, we should not expect it to be an overnight thing. It starts with a desire to know truth. My journey with God started with God, show me the truth. My prayer over and over again was, God, show me truth. And God said, we have not because we ask not. When we intentionally ask God a question, then we will intentionally look to him for the answer. Intentionality is powerful. So being intentional with God in this area of asking him a direct question during your quiet time. God, show me where I'm lukewarm. Show me where I need to turn up the heat, where I need to give you access to filter my world. And then listen. Sometimes for me, it comes as a very clear thought in my quiet time. Sometimes it's something that comes multiple different ways, but it's the same message. I might hear a song, I might hear someone talk about it, I might read it in the Bible, and it all points to the same thing I feel I'm hearing on the inside. So it confirms what God is saying to me internally. Over time, it grows. But again, only if we're intentional to stay connected to God, the source. So it has to be a daily conversation with him. We have to prioritize that time if he truly is important to us, because God sees our heart. Speaking things with our words may fool people, but telling him that you love him, telling him that you want this or that means nothing if he looks at your heart and sees you don't really want it bad enough. So if you truly want truth, he will begin to walk you into spaces, walk you into different situations, circumstances. He will answer your question. So on that note, take 10 minutes each day this week to be intentional with God, asking him to show you the truth about where you truly are, to reveal any blockers, anything that you're doing knowingly or unknowingly that is hindering your relationship with him, and then to give you the courage to take the steps that he is leading you to take to address it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me.